now the website. If share them, give your people. You can listen to us everywhere where you day. Super Citizen at Sunrise. Now the show this morning, and we don't even look based on one or two as it take be. Now the big talk, waiting we don't enter. So now President Muhammadu Buhari been done come outside. We get the information late last night. Say he go talk to the people. We go talk to us, all of us this morning. All right, by 7 o'clock. And that's 7 o'clock. We don't put ear down. We don't hear some of the things that when they talk, they speech them. He drop the speech. He talk many. Well, he talk some things. Okay. And then we don't talk for inside of the big talk this morning. We go textile, look some of those things then when he talk. Yes, we go textile, look some of those things then when he talk, so that we go understand better where in they come from and how they take the B based on IV. Now, one of the key things President Muhammadu Buhari talk say make we try get understanding, make people understand and get patience during this particular phase. They call them transient phase of to implement some of those things now with the cashless policy arrangement of the CBN. All right. Now, some of the things them when it be saying highlight as points in case you miss them or in case you don't get them, make we retake them again so that we will talk about some of these things. Now, in talk say the important partners. So while they in the seek understanding and patience during this period, they want make citizens understand some of these points where they behind the policy decision, where they behind some of the points we make them take this decision. We make him, plus including the financial team, we'll talk about the CBN and all of that, take this decision. He say, now based on say it ain't needed. They need to bring back the ability of the CBN, the statutory ability of the CBN, to continue to the control money where they for circulation. Because that now waiting law. Now one of the works where law gives CBN to control money for circulation. Yes, you say based on that one, say now to just bring back that power to CBN, to restore that ability to CBN, that now one of the need. Why? Because he said if you check, he said in 2015, when the administration start first term, the money with the inside of circulation now 1.4 trillion naira. As at 2015, where President Muhammadu Buhari administration start 1.4 trillion naira now money with the in circulation. Now, because to the talk point B, when the talk say, he said the proportion of money where the outside banks. Outside though, the banking system, that one means say it dey for inside people. Those money where you see for different place, where they put for different bag outside banking system. Money where suppose they bank, we know they bank. He said that one it grow from 78% for 2015 to 85% in 2022. That means more money they come out from the banking system. They enter people's soccer way, they enter people's bag, they enter people's wardrobe, they enter people. More money they come out from the banking system. You know, really the banking system. So as at 2015, when in takeover, I say money where they outside the bank now 78%. 2022. In a space of how many years now? Say the money where they outside of bank move from that 78% go reach 85%. Now as of October 2022, say the currency where they for inside of circulation don't rise to 3.23 trillion naira. For inside of that one, only 500 billion they inside of the banking system. 3.23 trillion naira they circulate for the country, but for inside of the banking system only 500 billion naira 9 day inside of the banking system. That means the others hadn't take the circulate. That means no bank record. They just circulate from cash to cash, hand to hand, bag to bag. They really pass through the banking system. And down now one of the key things when he raised on top of this particular arrangement. Now you can't say, okay, based on that one, that 500 billion now within the banking system, like a 2.7 trillion naira remain permanently outside the system. Permanently 2.7 trillion outside the system. Say that one now, it affects government policy, it affects better management of inflation. They help government, they manage inflation well. They help government to manage some policies. They help some things at all. Now, the constitution check on some of the things when you raise for inside of the speech when you dropped this morning. I say the huge volume of banknotes outside the banking system don't prove. Say, even they're available, they're available for economic activities. Say that money where they talk so now, where they're inside of the banking system, the 2.7 trillion naira where they permanently outside the banking system, out of 3.2 trillion naira where they inside of circulation, 500 billion they inside the banking system, 2.7 trillion, check the figures, 500 billion they inside the banking system, 2.7 trillion naira they permanently outside the banking system. And that 2.7 trillion will be more of the money. He said that one, they available for economic activities. And based on that one, it affects economic growth. It affects economic growth. Yes, now some of the points when he raised there. Say economic growth projections, say that one, they're very important for government to take the look. Say they're going to expand financial inclusion for inside of the country by how they could reduce the number of money where they know they bank. Okay, those ones are still there. Then he still raise another point. He say, given the prevailing security situation across the country, which keeps improving, that one means say the security situation they get better, which means say security agencies they do their work or small things they get better. Security the day for some places gradually. Now he say based on that security situation, so say don't they very important for government to continue to support security agencies. May they take the fight banditry and ransom taking for inside of Nigeria. Now, because if they reduce this cash when they outside of the banking system, anything will involve ransom, banditry, pay money for ransom, all those things, you're going to need to transfer now. You're going to need to wire them to personal account because that kind of big cash no go they available again. So if you need to wire that kind of money, that means the transaction, they traceable. Who sent to who you send to. They go fit, they traceable. So all of those things now ways to still help combat banditry and ransom taking. Then are some of the points. And then he still raised some other points. He says still on still, based on the initial, notwithstanding the initial setback, say the evaluation and feedback mechanism set up don't show, say this particular matter we concern this policy arrangement, it gets one or two gains. Say gains don't they come out from this policy initiative, some benefits don't they come out. Some people go tell you say why some people they shout. Now because of the benefits, and that makes some people they shout. We see video where somebody come outside and say somebody will stash big money over 20 billion naira for inside of an account, a leader for inside of the country. Okay, so that one there. So when they say yes, we don't see some of the gains of this particular policy. Then one of the things them when he raised there, then they stick on the talk will say they don't inform them, say since the commencement of this program, about 2.1 trillion naira out of the banknotes previously held outside the banking system had been successfully retrieved. So that money now where they say that's 2.7 trillion now where they outside the banking system. Inside that 2.7 trillion, 2.1 trillion. They don't bring them back into the banking system. So that one self, somebody could still tell you, say, well, that's another plus, that's another win. Say they don't bring some of that money back into the system. Say that one now, like 80% of those money where they outside the banking system. And in short and medium and long term, they would expect the following, say macroeconomic parameters go they stronger. B, it talks say they go reduce the broad money supply when they say they lead to the one when they say it affects the way when they say economy they grow. So that particular one now, say based on the result of this particular one, say it will result in less pressure on domestic prices. So it result to less pressure on domestic prices. As things, price of things for house, for area, so prices, it go affect, it go make sure, so the pressure whether on those prices go reduce. All right, so that one day there. And then instead of talk about lowering of inflation as a result of accompanying decline in money supply, with that will slow the pace of inflation. Then this very important one: collapse of illegal economic activities. Collapse of illegal economic activities. Anything when it be say involve buying and selling, involve money. When it be say law, no they are aware. Banking system, no they are aware. Security agencies, no they are aware. In fact, the law they squeeze face for that kind of thing. Say it go hard now because how you want to take do am? No illegal movement of money. It go hard to move money without say you transfer the money through banking system. It go hard because if you talk about cashless, we talk about transfer, we talk about all of those things. To move cash in large bulk, it go hard. That one, say it go stem corruption. That is, it go help fight corruption. And it could help fight the one when they say people they get money through ways when it make sense. You could just see somebody could just hammer one money just like that, would be just stack them for bag, keep for house, all those kind of things. It will reduce. In fact, if it even stop totally with this particular policy. All right, so now some of the things, then still, make we still check them because some of the key points we will look at. I go open the phone lines now, make we reason them together. Now, instead to talk about exchange rate stability, and then based on how the be, say this one self go help stabilize the exchange rates, and it go still help make loans, make it easy. It's the availability of easy loans and lowering of interest rates. This one they important to availability of easy loans and lowering of interest rates. You still talk about greater visibility and transparency of our financial actions. Yes, anything way they do, it did more transparent, it did more traceable. They fit trace our financial transactions. Everybody get BVN. Everybody gets bank accounts. You must, if you know fit to do transfer, you make your POS payment, or you do your transactions for ATM, or anyhow when you do them, it is more transparent. People fit see how money move from one account to another account and why the money move from one account to another account. So transparency good day for the banking system, and based on the movement of money, all of those ones they there. Now, he come to talk, one of the key things when he talk again, he actually sympathize with Nigerians. He say, I am not unaware. Let me say, no. Say this thing now, say it is suffer innocent Nigerians. He say, I'm not unaware of the obstacles placed on the path of innocent Nigerians by unscrupulous officials in the banking industry. All the things where people they see for bank, with all the stress and the wahala where people they go through for bank, President say, no worry, I am not unaware, I know. Say some of these things they happen for bank, and he say, say even these bank people, those unscrupulous elements for the banking industry, now them where they give this particular work of implementation of the new monetary policy. So the thing they pain them, say I'm deeply pained and I sincerely sympathize with you all over the unintended outcomes. Say the way the whole things take happen. Say say make you just make una no vex too much. No be say I don't know, say I know they suffer. I know. Make una cool down. Make una no vex now for the larger good. Now, the new directives where President drop on top the Naira notes, it drops some new directives, it gives some new instructions when he talks, say, to stem this tide, say him don't direct the CBN to deploy all legitimate resources and legal means to make sure, say, citizens, they need to get the information, they need to educate them about this policy. And they make sure, say, in fact, the directive when it gives CBN now, their own assignment for this matter. Number one, say CBN need to make sure, say anything where they need to do within the law, that's legitimate resources, any which way we want to use, as long as say law allow them, make una use to make sure, say citizens get information, citizens get educated on this policy, make them understand waiting they really happen. Nobody say we won't kill anybody. Make citizens understand. That's a work of CBN. That's the directive where President gives CBN according to what he talked this morning. Then it comes to they tell CBN say make citizens enjoy easy access to cash withdrawals through availability of appropriate amount of currency. Appropriate amounts. That one is very important. We could check them. You get to the amount. The question now be how much be appropriate. How much is the appropriate amount? But you say make it available, make citizens make it easy for citizens to get cash, withdraw money through making available appropriate amount of currency and the ability to make deposits. Say actually they withdraw, make it still easy for citizens to deposit money. So this one, CBN need to make sure that one happen through the banks. Then instead of talk say I have similarly directed the CBN make them try their best, collabo. In short, may they intensify the collaboration with anti-corruption agencies so as to ensure that any institution or persons found to have impeded or sabotaged the implementation should be made to bear the full weight of the law. So make CBN now open eye, mount torchlight, they observe, collabo with anti-corruption agencies, the EFCCs, the ICPCs, and other security jump body them, make them collabo and put eye down, mount torchlight to make sure, say, any institution, any person, any joint body, where the notice say either trying to do it in to spoil or sabotage the implementation. That means the execution of this particular policy, to put this policy to work. Anybody where they try put leg, make them fall, make them not succeed with the implementation of this policy, make the person, make it bear the full weight of the law. That one did, yeah. Now, some of the things when the directives when he gives CBN, now he might let you they know so one by each. Then it's still a talk. So don't forget, we'll open the phone lines 822 Super Citizen at Sunrise. Now be this one. Now, some of the other key things, them when they talk there, very important. Make a rush on there. He said during the extended phase of the deadline, the currency swap, extended deadline for the currency swap, I listened to invaluable pieces of advice from well-meaning citizens and institutions across the nation. Say, because many people they say, President, people they tell them things, they listen. He say, in listening, he listen. Many well-meaning Nigerians tell me things. I listen, now so he talk, and then he's saying consult widely with representatives of state governors as well as the Council of State. I remember I say Council of State been get meeting sometime last week on top of this matter. So Council of State saying consult with the Council of State, consult with the representatives of state governors, consult with all man, and they consult widely. And the word when he used there. Say, but above all, as an administration that respects the rule of law, I have also noted that the subject matter is before the courts. This point, Philemon Ajekuko raised this point this morning. So, waiting happened with some of the court proceedings. Waiting happened to the adjournment of February 22nd. How it go take be? Now, he say yes, he knows. Say this subject matter day before the courts of our land, and some pronouncements have been made. Now, to further ease the supply pressure, particularly to our citizens, I have given approval. That now President wanted to talk. He said now to ease the stress, to ease the supply pressure. That's the wahala, the tension. When it be say to make this money reach people's hand, to make them easier to reach people's hand, make citizens stop to they suffer small. Saying don't give approval to CBN. Say that old 200 naira notes, the old 200 naira bank notes, make them release them back into circulation. Saying don't give approval, he don't stamp them, he don't approve, he don't mark them good. This one now very key points. Now one of the key points when it be say we go talk about, because I want to ask now, when they say he don't give approval to CBN, make them release the old 200 naira banknotes back into circulation, and then make them allow and make it circulate as legal tender with the new 200 naira notes, 500 naira, and 1,000 naira banknotes for 60 days. That be say they're going to circulate forever and ever. 60 days from that 60 days start from February 10. Not be today they start from already. it means say 6 days don't pass already for inside of the 60 days. So we get 54 more days. 54 more days when it be say the old 200 naira notes go circulate with the new 200 naira, new 500 naira, and new 1,000 naira notes. All right, so that one day there. So now some of the directives when they give, and I'm very keen. Now one of the highlights or one of the high points be this particular one. One of the high points, make the old 200 naira notes, make it circulate. Now President saying don't give approval to the CBN old 200 naira notes to circulate alongside. Make they release them back into circulation. Make it circulate with the new 200 naira, new 500 naira, and new 1,000 naira banknotes from 60 days. For 60 days from February 10, 2023 to April 10, 2023. When it be say that April 10, so the old 200 naira notes, it no go be legal tender again. That one means say you no go be money again. You no go use and buy anything after April 10. Okay? So that one there, then it say in line with section 20, subsection 3 of the CBN Act 2007, all existing 1,000 naira and 500 naira notes remain redeemable at the CBN and designated points. That one means say 1,000 naira, 500 naira, wasted in your hand, you fit still do waiting, you fit still go change them for CBN. And the changing them within the talk, no be say you go there, then go swap them for you. You go there, drop them, and of course in line with the cashless policy, then go transfer the equivalent. After when they say they don't go through some process, check and verify your account, check everything, you go transfer the equivalent of that money to your account. So right now 200 naira notes still valid for inside of the country. 200 naira notes, old 200 naira notes now, according by what President talk this morning, old 200 naira notes now still money when it be until April 10. You want when it be say no be money again, then be 500 naira, old 500 naira, and old 1,000 naira notes. Old 200 naira still be money till April 10. Okay? And President talks say, yes, I wish to appeal for understanding till we overcome this difficult transient phase. He say, make gonna try understand with us. So say, make gonna try understand. Now, based on the election, general election, 2023 general election, now President still talk some things there. He say, yes, on top of the 25th February 2023, the nation go to elect new president and National Assembly members. Say, say this new monetary policy don't also contribute. Say it don't follow reduce the influence of money in politics. Yes, he said this new monetary policy, it don't follow reduce the influence of money in politics. That's now one key point when he raised. Say that one a very positive matter and a very positive departure from the past. And then now it represents a bold legacy step by this administration to make sure that they lay strong foundation for free and fair election. Now I don't know how you see this one. Whether you agree, say this one go follow this particular in the future. In the future, just think the future. I know say they're very uncomfortable for people now, but reason the future, whether this particular policy it will help lay the strong foundation for free and fair elections. Because if cash no they available, if cash no they readily available, talk about that 2.7 trillion naira with the outside the banking system, you know they're available to take influence things for politics period or for campaign period. If you know they're available, now everybody guys do any kind of transaction through the banks. So somebody want buy vote, now transfer. You want buy vote to transfer the money now. You want pay somebody to influence something, transfer the money. So that transfer means say those money they traceable, they transparent, they accountable, they fit account for the money, they fit trace the money, they fit know how the money go, where it enter, and all of those things. So that one saying a strong foundation to fight influence or reduce influence of money for instead of politics, and of course a strong foundation for free and fair elections. I don't know whether you agree to that particular one. Now President they urge every citizen, all right, make them go outside, go vote. Don't worry yourself, go vote for any candidate who you want. You know, talk say make you vote any particular candidate. He say vote for the candidate of your choice, the one where you choose. say make you go vote for the person, make you no fear, because security go there on ground, they go provide security, and apart from providing security, say your votes go count. Say I beg you, make una come out violence, avoid action when we say go disturb the elections, all of those things. Now what in President talk this morning. All right, so now some of the key things for inside of President's speech 8:30. Now what in time to talk this morning based on how it be. Now, if we talk about legal tender, I beg you, make we still check. Where they say one of the things we bust my head, they say minimizing the influence of money in politics. Very important. Say in the long term, it go yield results. Saying a strong foundation for free and fair elections. Say in the long term, it go yield results. Down to number one. Now another thing there. You now where they as a Nigerian person, taxi person, shop person. Fred been they ask the shop people, bank people, everybody. Share if they give you 200 naira today now or tomorrow, share you go accept? Because as they go, we don't hear them from the mouth of the president. Say yes, that 200 naira until April 10 now still legal. Only 200 will not be 500 and 1,000. So Nigerians need to know now. On the score, if you don't give CBN the assignment to go educate Nigerians, enlighten Nigerians. And so if they give you that 200 naira now, say 200 naira, you go accept. And you know, say according by some of the things then where people don't see, some of the things where people don't talk about, where people don't even see, some of the reports where they go circulate, some of the reports where we don't see, most of the money where they outside the banking system, most of the money where they stashed away, most of those money no they inside 200 naira denomination. All those money where we say we they talk about, most of them now 1,000 or 500. So really, that 200, somebody go tell you, say yes, now to ease, now actually for the citizens, make the citizens not suffer too much. Make citizens not suffer too much. Say now actually to help ease the suffer of citizens. So you now, if they give you 200 naira now, take 200 naira, sure you go collect or you no go collect, because President don't talk say, Olga, madam, this 200, so I have directed the CBN, I've given approval. Make you still circulate side by side with the old one. I don't know how you feel about all this one. Some of the key things with President Yan this morning, 0903-22-29-797, 0818-22-22-205, 0808-22-22-037. The numbers where you go take a yarn. Caller, they talk for WhatsApp. He said all the statistics rolled out by CBN and federal government is an indictment on CBN and federal government that they have failed in their statutory responsibilities. They have failed in their statutory responsibilities and show more corruptions between the period of their assessment and now. The incoming government has a lot of challenges to tackle. CBN needs total overhauling and redesign of the whole institution. All right, caller say no be only to redesign the money. Say even the CBN need overhauling. All right. Thank you so much for that one. We don't talk. Who they decide now this morning? Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning to you. Yes, good morning to you, my brother. Who they talk there? Where they call us from?
David.
David from Asokoro. Welcome. We they hear you, my brother. Make we hear you quickly.
Good morning. Yes. I just want to comment on the speech of Mr. President.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, he has spoken very well. But what we didn't understand is that, there is a pending court case. That is on the 22nd, the Supreme Court will rule out. So if Supreme Court can't rule out, let's say they give it to 6 months, which one now are we going to follow? That's one. Two, as all the people that have died and all the people that have injured themselves because of this money issue, what is the action Mr. President is going to take? Thank you. God bless citizens. FM, God bless Nigeria. Nigeria will rise again.
Thank you so much, David from Asokoro, for that one. We don't talk based on how they be. Thank you so much. Now, still the same question where Philemon and one or two people don't raise, say, okay, we know say this matter been done, they court, waiting be the updates with the courts, waiting how you take be now, waiting be the result. All right, waiting be the updates from inside of the court arrangement. All right, so that one day there. So I want to know from you where they do business, you where they do buying and selling on a normal day. Are you when we say they do your business they require say you go take money. Now where you don't hear all of these things, so 200 naira. So president don't give approval, say make they recirculate 200 naira. So anybody who still get 200 naira, bring and call your side now this money. Shall you go collect them? or you go still dey look and say na old money? Because we don't hear directly from the president this morning. Yes, we know, say some of these matters, some question marks still dey here and there, but we don't hear directly from the president this morning. How you take Siam? Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning to you.
My name is Haruna. I'm calling from Sabofi.
Haruna Sule, good morning to you, my brother. Welcome. Good to hear you.
Good morning, sir. I want to talk about the president says order 200 naira no. You want to can come back to society. So anybody want to collect the 200 naira. So my question that I want to ask: what of the case when I get the last caller say the case is in the Supreme Court? Then how are we going to when they pass the judgment say to let Nigeria continue to collect 500 naira note and then 1,000 naira note? Then how are we going to do this matter? So please, we need more explanation about this. Thank you very much. All
right, thank you so much for that one. We don't talk based on one or two. I say need more explanation. Well, I believe say as the thing as we unfold, as we move, the thing is going to get clearer and clearer. People going to understand better. All right, we're going to understand better as we move. Now, but somebody could tell you, say this particular one saying a fair deal. If you ask somebody, could tell you say a fair deal be this one, because when they talk say, okay, make we bring back 200 naira and then make we leave, make the 500 naira 1,000 naira they redeemable at CBN branches, which means say that one old money where them be, but 200 where them bring them back into circulation. Somebody could say yes, should not be fair deal. You say you know too bad now. Who they decide? All right, 0903 22 29 797 0818 22 22 205 0808 22 22 037. Who they decide this morning? Hello. Morning to you, my brother, man. Who they talk this morning?
Yes, now your man, they can't they talk for you.
Ekanem, where they call us from this morning now?
Are they calling from Abuja here, Baba?
All of us there, Abuja, my man. Which side you there?
Which part of Metama right here? They call you for, sir.
Ekanem from Metama. Make we hear you quickly.
Baba, I don't know what they happen. I get this go to Naira no to play you. I don't know how to spend that more.
You don't know.
And this one key man, I tell you.
So you get too much. You get too much money. Your problem is how to spend the money.
No, they say too much. You go win a now. The boys don't pick up. We do work because they need all day drive.
Well, I go advise you, make you not panic, make you relax, and then we don't hear from the president. So make we give them small time. When I say small time, before the end of today, we will know how things will be. But from what the president talk, that 200 naira is still we will still recirculate and back into the system. Then according by what the president, he say don't give CBN directive to recirculate the money. Okay. So if I be you, I go cool down first with the money. Make I observe. You hear me? So thank you so much for that one. We don't talk. Hello, who they decide?
Good morning, Ezemmuoe.
Morning to you. Who they talk here?
This is David from Central Area.
David from Central Area. Morning to you. Make we hear you quickly.
Morning, sir. I like the speech where Mr. President talked this morning. No. In fact, the recirculation of the 200 naira notes, at least to aid the suffering of the citizens. That one is good. But I want them to take absolute measure against any bank that will refuse to make available the 200 naira note in the banking hall. Let the POS agent let them go to the bank and collect the 200 naira so that it to be very much available for people to have and use. It's not that maybe now that the 200 naira is in circulation now, you go to bank, they don't have money. It will still be the same thing. So banks should make the 200 naira note available for citizens to use. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you so much. Valid one where you talk there, because now still here where we still here say big bank make available new currency for people, and still people they go the new currency though they don't see and collect the old, like some weeks ago, new currency they don't see and collect, old currency they don't see and collect. So you the talks now say make banks try make the money, make it available. Very important for that particular one. We don't talk. All right, so still who they decide now this morning? Make we check them now. Hello. Hello.
Ezemmuoe.
Good morning to you there. Make we hear you.
Okay, now Patrick, they call back.
All right, Patrick, welcome back. Make we hear you quickly.
Yeah, as you read the reason why this
you say what in?
As you read the time you introduce your topic.
Yes.
You read many things now. How Mr. President will say almost 3 trillion naira now.
Yes.
I suppose they fight the banking.
Yes.
Banking system that you give 30 trillion for the hand of other people.
Yes.
The question where it comes from my mind is this: how those 30 trillion naira
take come out for the banking system?
So that big question: if CBN is supposed to answer this one, and currently now, yes, so there is gain. Then we didn't hear what you say. Naira turn the gain against the naira now. I mean, not so. So that one too again another big problem again. Then finally, this new currency we say that they don't introduce now. If you check them very, very well now, most of the way this 2.70 trillion when Mr. President just say leave the banking system, the new one way CBN just introduced now, most of it don't leave the banking system now. You don't get the hand of the people where they say they know the system.
The new money.
The new money now.
And how you get the info now? This info.
Okay, make I gist you. Yesterday, your colleague, one of your colleagues, not before my radio station, a journalist.
Okay.
A journalist like you people.
Okay.
He say they went somewhere, a politician's house. A politician carry phone. He called the bank manager, say he need 10 million naira cash of the new naira notes. They brought it from the bank. My bank manager brought it from the bank at his house. So now that politician. So the thing when Mr. President is happening, politicians, they call their bank managers, and bank managers, they respond to the big boys. So maybe ordinary people like me, now go call bank manager, say, bank manager, I need 100K of the new naira notes. You can't tell me, if you say, make I go banking or make I go eat, make I go stand. So now the thing with that. So CBN, as a body, should put eye for all these their bank managers. They collaborate with all these politicians. So they need to put eyes on them. I don't understand how 10 million that will leave the banking system and see them say they don't know. They possible. And clearly, this internet banking is a big deal for me. So as they say cashless.
Yes, I hear you.
So I know what the situation is. I can send my money to go through. I will carry between the weeks, make my money come back. If I begin to go to the bank now, they begin to tell me, say, I should wait. Maybe so it's supposed to be.
All right.
So if the banks don't get the capacity, they should widen their capacity when it comes to this internet banking.
All right, thank you so much. If banks need help, if banks need to strengthen or widen their capacity, according to how Patrick talk, because if we stock cashless, then we need to be prepared for cashless. Banks, particularly commercial banks, now part of the services within the render. Maybe they need to put more energy now on top of. Now, not be said they advocate make anybody lose their job or anything, but if you see the manpower within the puts for cash, tellers and over-the-counter services, maybe they're going to need to employ more tech people, more IT people. Okay, maybe they will need to push more energy instead of pushing more energy on top tellers and cashiers and over-the-counter services. Maybe they're going to need to put more energy on top of tech people and IT people, because banks really need to strengthen their internet banking, so that we're not going to hear case of say person go transfer money, the money no go reach where they go debit the person, you go ATM, you go try to withdraw money, ATM no pay you, but they don't debit you. Some banks, they don't call some banks name random, you get particular bank where name the rain on top of this matter. You go ATM, try to withdraw money no really come out, and it already debit you. All of those things, banks, commercial banks need to put eye for inside. They need to try their best, make them see how you could make those things they sorted out, so that if they say cashless economy, make cashless be cashless. Hello, who they decide?
The man with nothing.
Morning to you there. ID
again.
Okay, welcome. Quickly, ID.
I've listened to Mr. President's speech like 4 times. I recorded it. You understand? But
quickly.
Where I have a little bit of crowd with Mr. President is the fact that most of the things he's told us this afternoon were reiterated by the CBN governor several times. Last week, he has been saying several trillions were recovered several trillions were out of the banking system, but several trillions are back here. We're expecting so much. That is why I said.
No, but one of the things we will never hear, this one when he talks, say make two. Wait, hold on. This one when he say make 200 naira, they circulate alongside old 200 alongside new 2. You don't hear them before now.
Exactly. No.
You don't hear them.
I don't hear.
From CBN governor.
No, even this morning, some radio stations. Wait,
good.
Even radio stations insinuated the fact that the main address of Mr. President will be the continuation of the use of the old 200 naira note.
Yes, he did newspapers. He did newspapers.
That is it.
But
that is it.
Yes. Go ahead. You know why they try to address them?
So
because
now
if
they give me the old 200 naira note, I will collect. It's Nigerian currency. It is my money. Government is not dashing me money. But the point is, let me tell you, what I have 10,000 naira, 50 naira note, 2 bundles.
You get?
I have 50 naira note, 10,000 naira.
You get them?
I want to go buy feed for my chicken. But now mutilated 50 naira note. And if you follow as a researcher at OAP, if you listen to what federal government has been telling CBN, and CBN has been even telling Nigerians, they mopped up all these old 50 and mutilated naira notes, all these 50 naira notes, 100 naira notes. And they said they are going to build a new one with about 3 billion naira. I don't know how much. The CBN said they will use to rebrand this mutilated 50 naira, 20 naira, and 100 naira notes. It is the same note they are now dishing back to we Nigerians. Now, so who is now fooling who? That's why I said it's like my president is all alone in fact.
Hold on, let me. They are giving it back until April 10. So technically, the money.
I'm not talking of the 200. I'm not talking of the 200 naira note.
Okay, you're talking about the 50.
What I have is 50
mutilated 50 naira note. So
and CBN governor said this money will be removed from the economy, rebranded, or new ones will come out. And he told Nigerians that he has spent so much money to do those things. To renew the 50 naira, 100 naira, and 20 naira note. But check out what is here. What I have in front of me here is mutilated, smelling. I did not allow even my daughter to touch the money. Once I touch the money, I wash my hands. Then the CBN government said they use a certain amount of money to do the old. Where is the money? And we are still getting the old brand. Then my president was able to tell Nigerians that yes, monies are coming into the banking system by virtue of the fact that money that are now in circulation is lesser than money that are with those people, the big men. But my question to Mr. President is this. Now that Nigerians are crying, rioting for their money, are Nigerians those ones keeping money outside the banking sector? And there's no country we can have this free, this cashless policy. Indians tried it didn't work for them. This Abuja nature would try their own. It affects their economy later. Now tell me a Fulani man with 10 cows. You want to buy a cow now? You telling me you're going to transfer money to him? Those are people that need cash to run their businesses every day. Look at we farmers. If I want to go and buy feed for my fish, for my poultry, every I need cash 24/7 to be running.
Why? If you do transfer, they know they collect. If you do transfer,
if you do transfer, they will say, "Okay, give me the cash."
No, that's what I'm saying. Now, everybody, even them, they know what they happen now. So if you do transfer for them, they're not going to reject you. They're not going to reject you. They know.
They will not. But the network, according to what the other caller said, what about the network? And you reiterated it that ICT experts should be employed by banks.
Yes.
So that all these things will be so seamless. But the CBN governor and my president did not look at all these effects.
All right.
Negative effects before the president gave approval to the CBN governor. But on the issue of vote buying, I think I agree with my president. That it will definitely curb that side because it has been on since democracy in 1999. You understand? But now, if this thing, assuming this policy was noted about 7 months ago, we won't be getting all these things. Some people are now attaching it to political whatever. And my president meant good for the economy, meant good for Nigerians. But look at saboteurs. Some bank managers will store 29 million naira. several million naira of new notes, and my president did not say anything about that. I want a firebrand statement speech from my president that yes, this is the man that really wants to leave a legacy for Nigerians to not appreciate him. After I left the office, some bank managers were arrested. My president did not say anything about that. Nigerians died. My president did not say anything about that. Looking for their money. The people that kept money outside the banking vault, are they ordinary Nigerians? They are not ordinary Nigerians. Don't let us deceive ourselves. But it is an average Nigerian that is taking the brunt of the ineptitude of the government and the overzealous nature of some political exposed persons in this country about our economy. How will you start so much money?
Okay.
What are our security agencies?
All right.
The duty of CFCC, ICPC, NFI, and the rest of them.
We see, say, at least one or two banks. We see reports of one or two banks where they arrest some people, bankers where they arrest or where they bust, where they stash money. We see those reports. Talk about EFCC and ICPC. And then I want to address one thing when you talk ID. Maybe you go on stay online, or maybe you go on hang up so I go address.
Let me see.
Now, I want to make you understand. So they talk about people where they sell cow. They talk about you where they sell feed. Say you need cash to do business 24/7. Any business at all, feed still survive without the money. That's cash where the whole hand. Now that's money. No be really that cash where the whole for hand. Business no fit survive without money, but business fit survive without cash. Except business where they run on cash, like people where they do POS and all that. Their products in a cash. If you talk about that one day. But other than that, I don't think say get any business where no fit survive without. The only thing we say for now, it goes stress people. But along the line, on the wrong run, when people don't get used to the system, you will realize say almost all businesses fit survive. And if you don't get bank accounts, go open. They go transfer for you. Then go do yes now. They go do transfer for you. I know say network issues there. Should be me, I don't use my mouth to talk.
Now you are talking.
No, but I've said it here now.
I'm not going to survive solely on cashless policy. No country. Go to America.
When they say cashless, that one don't mean say money at all. No good day the system.
But the way would they look at this thing for this country? That's not
the case. Not be saying you know go see one naira for streets.
Why are Nigerians rioting? Money no day now. Money no day. I'm going to say my president not even talk this with you. Even before the case was taken to the Supreme Court. Oh, you have 200 naira notes. Oh, you have everybody. You think what we are, it is our money.
All right.
And another thing is now people that are starting money, that is, and some of the bank managers are even working for them. Why is the bank manager trying to start 29 million naira to give to who? Although that branch decided to give the 29 million naira to Nigerians, are you telling me there will be riots in this country?
All right.
There wouldn't be riots. So this policy, as long as the policy, it has been hijacked.
Okay.
By politicians.
Okay, and thank you. Because of time.
There's a little bit of tension. But there's supposed not to be a tension for this very laudable program.
All right.
Thank you, Ezemmuoe. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you, ID, for that one. We don't talk sharply. I see you there. I feel they talk something. They say price of things are high because of high cost of transportation from rural to city areas. Bad roads, fuel crisis, and insecurity also contribute greatly. Till these economical issues are addressed, inflation will continue to rear its ugly head. Thank you for that one. We don't talk on top of WhatsApp there. All right, so check your time. 6 minutes before 9 o'clock. Now, waiting. I go appeal to Nigerians, to citizens. I go appeal to citizens. Make we calm down. Now, we don't hear waiting President talk. Yeah, instead of to enter streets, they cause violence. Some days to election. It don't really make sense like that. You know, for two reasons. Number one, we say election opportunity to even change the government self. You know, so if waiting they happen to pay you, well, in the next few days you could get opportunity to change the government. That's number one. Number two, we say that violence gone, you don't really go solve anything. And then number three, we say one of the things we president even talk about, we say this money where they see to talk about. So now the 200, most of the money where we say, according by one or two observations, most of the money where they outside the banking system, where they talk about where they stash the way or all of that, you know, they in 200 naira notes. Most of them, make I not talk all of them. You know, they in 200 naira notes. So that 200 naira note or so, now to ease the pressure or the tension or the suffering of Nigerians. So make we see them like that. And then I go advise, make we calm down, they observe, make we see how everything will take reconcile itself in the coming days. All right, this one, Citizen FM 93.7 for Abuja. Now here with day Super Citizen at sunrise. Make we do them again tomorrow. Tomorrow na Friday, and of course tomorrow now open mic Friday. Everything from Monday go to tomorrow will be Friday. When it be say day or chest, where you hear for the news, where day or chest, where the boy for your chest, bring and come tomorrow. But we talk about on top open mic Friday for Super Citizen at sunrise. So the big talk, then about 8 as the mountain take the be. All right, they call me the chief priest. But we do them again tomorrow. Enjoy your morning. Other better things they lined up for you on top Super Citizen, top Citizen FM 93.7 for Abuja. By 9 o'clock with the entire set of newsroom, make we hear what they happen for both of the world. No touch your radio. Now, good morning.